Hi guys, Howard here with a late 60s guitar classic, 1969 I believe. It's called Something in the Air and it's by Thunderclap Newman. There you go. Anyway, this is a really fun rhythm song to play. It goes through 3 key changes, so I'll go through all of that. But first and foremost, the most important thing is that I'm in an open E tuning, okay? I've got a very clean sound going and a pinch of chorusing as well to kind of capture a little bit of that sound on the original recording. For a recording made in 1969, the guitar tone is actually really nice. So now, for the open E tuning, starting with the 6th string, the top string, that's at normal pitch, E. But then the A string is up a whole step to B. And the D string is up a whole step as well to D. And then the G string goes up a half step to G sharp. And then the B and the E string are at normal pitch, what you would have in normal tuning, okay? So that gives you an open E tuning, which hitting the strings open, of course, is an E chord. And that's what we start with. So first of all, I want to talk about the strumming pattern that opens up the song and how that kind of changes as the song progresses a little bit. So the first thing you're going to hear is this. So that's down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay? You do the strumming pattern one time and then we switch to what looks like a normal E chord on guitar. But of course it's something else altogether with this tuning. So it's the 2nd fret on the A string, 2nd fret on the D string, 1st fret on the G string. Very nice sounding. And we play the same strumming pattern on that chord. We do that 4 times out the gate, and then the vocal enters and you sit on the chords longer, and this is where the strumming pattern tends to change. You just want to keep your right hand floating, but you want to think about those same accents while you're doing it, so it's a bit like this. You know what I mean? Just keep your hand swinging with those 8th notes or 16th notes, however you want to look at it. But think of those accents. Right? And you sit on each chord twice as long, as I said. So this is how you play the verse. Twice like that, and then we play these arpeggios. And you can see that mapped out for you on the tab, but as a note, I'm using a down, down, up, down pattern. So it's down, down, up, down, move. And you play that twice. That's really nice sounding. So you can see that I went back to that E chord shape for 4 complete strumming rounds. And then we're going to come back and play those arpeggios again. So from the first set of arpeggios, we will have this. Sweet indeed. And then we go to the first key change, the first modulation in the song. So what they're going to do is they're going to raise it up a whole step and finally raise it up another whole step. So it's pretty easy to play, but the arpeggio changes shape quite a bit for this part. So we bar at the 2nd fret, all 6 strings. And then we've got to make what would be a major chord shape again, as if you were playing the E major a whole step higher. So it looks exactly like an F sharp major chord on guitar. Again, you're barring all 6 strings at the 2nd fret, then your 2nd finger is on the 3rd fret on the G string, pinky on the 4th fret on the D string, and your ring finger on the 4th fret on the A string. Sounds really nice. And we just do the same thing we were doing before. And then we go to the arpeggio, right? But this is different now because obviously we're playing it up a whole step. So what you want to do is just bar across the D string, the G string, and the B string at the 2nd fret like you're playing an A chord, right? So I'm arpeggiating, as you can see from the tab, from the D string, but I'm still doing that down, down, up, down pattern. Swinging back to the D string, down, down, up, down. So now this is where it becomes a little bit tricky. You want to keep your finger right on that A shape. Put your pinky on the 5th fret on the A string. That becomes your next descending note. So you've got to skip a string for this, because we still want to move across the G and the B string. So we have, then this note's going to drop to the 4th fret on the A string, and then finally the 2nd fret. So you're going to have to slip your finger up to catch that note, and that's how we arpeggiate it a whole step up. So that can be a little bit tricky to play just because of that fingering, but it sounds great, especially at tempo. So you can see that I went back to the F sharp major shape, just like we went back to the E major shape on the first go around after the arpeggios. So we go back to the F sharp major chord shape and we strum that out just as I did, and then back to the arpeggio again. Now, at this point in the original recording, this is where it goes into that piano extravaganza, which goes on for quite a while. So if you're playing the song on guitar, or you're singing and playing it with some other folks, you'll probably skip that part unless you have a monster piano player in your back pocket. So you'll come out of that. They come out of the piano part, and they're going to do the whole thing we just did a whole step up. So the good news about this is everything's exactly the same as we played it off of the F sharp shape. It's just a whole step up. So the arpeggio and everything will be the same. it any way you'd like. So there you have it, Something in the Air from Thunderclap Newman, 1969. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, all the best to everyone. Thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all the wonderful comments you leave. I really appreciate it. We'll see you guys soon.